Robbed in broad daylight and dragged, holding on for dear life. It's what happened to a woman in Buda while she was pumping gas back in 2018.
And now, 4 years later, she says justice was finally served. KXAN's Sarah El-Sheikh shares this woman's story while looking at how many other cases are awaiting conviction in Hays County.
I know how lucky I am, and I know how close I came to death that day.
It's a morning Kristen Rosado wishes she could forget.
You never go back to normal when something like that happens to you.
Back in July of 2018, Rosado pumped gas at the H-E-B in Buda on her way to work when suddenly a man pulled up, opened her car door, and tried to steal her purse.
As we're wrestling over my purse, he sits down in his car, throws it into drive, and closes the door. But I was still attached to him. He drugged me till about midway.
Rosado eventually freed herself and fell to the ground. The attack left her with scars that show and others that don't.
You're scared of everything. You're scared of everybody.
Just last week, a jury convicted Rick Selman Jr. for aggravated robbery. A judge sentenced him to 40 years in prison for the crime, but Rosado says justice did not come fast enough. It took 4 years, filled with mistrials, continuances, and a pandemic. Catching up with those pandemic delays is something district attorneys are trying to do across the state.
Jury trials would open and then close again across the state. And so you see kind of a start-stop over the course of the past, say, 26 months.
Sobran says Hays County has 1,100 more pending cases now than it did before the pandemic, but that the county is on a positive trend of getting through those cases, which means more people like Rosado can focus on the road ahead.
I can now just put it to bed.
Sarah El-Sheikh, KXAN News.
Wow. Well, Rosado wants to warn others to always lock your car doors, she says, when pumping gas. And she says if she had done that, maybe none of this would have happened.
Well, this story came to us from a report sent in by Rosado. You can find another example of just how your tips really make a difference. You send us your own tips by using the QR code right there on your screen.